Before we get started, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody you know who may want to hear and learn about, you never know, who knows, what we talking about today.
Girl, what we talking about today?
Today, my question to you is, do you feel like I should struggle because, or if you struggle growing up, basically? So as a parent, I'm not a parent, so as parents, do you feel like your child should struggle if you struggle?
Yes and no.
Okay, can you elaborate?
Yes, I can. I would say, as far as struggle, the ins and out of you have to take care of your family, your child. What did I do? She didn't see me struggle. You didn't see me struggle.
No, I didn't.
Because I hid it. So therefore, like I said before in a previous podcast, when I would lock that door, that's when I left everything there. All of the struggling part of it stayed there, but I knew once I left and going to work, I had to hustle and bustle in order for us to just make it day by day. Yeah, I was a workaholic. I was blessed to have sisters, my mom, my parents that could take care of Tasha. So I could work so we can keep our place, have a roof over our head, have food on the table. Honestly, I didn't have to worry about food on the table for her, because she was being taken care of. So therefore, I didn't worry about Tasha. I hid that from her. So as far as struggling, I struggled at work because I knew I had to get up every day to go to work to make sure we had a place to stay. So that would be the struggle part for me.
All right, so let me see. Let's look up the word struggle. So for me, I feel like in the definition of struggle, we're going to Google and make forceful or violent efforts to get free of restraint or constriction. A forceful or violent effort, to get free. Okay, meaning to make strenuous or violent efforts in the face of difficulties or opposition. So I feel like, as an example, today's day and age, I feel like people will say, like, your generation might be like, oh, well, because I had to struggle to work hard and do this, that, and the third, you got to struggle too. I personally don't agree with that. Mind you, I said I don't have kids. However, I feel like if I did, I wouldn't want my child to struggle because I struggled. Mm-hmm. I would want to teach my child how not to struggle because I went through that already. I want to teach my child how to not have to struggle. If that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why do you feel like your generation, I know some parents feel like because I struggled, you have to struggle.
No.
Because you hear it. I don't know if they intentionally hear themselves sometimes, because I hear it sometimes just passing in certain conversations. It's like, yeah, well, I had to do it, so you got to do it. Like, mm-hmm. Where does that come from and why? Like,
why? I don't know.
And do they really mean it? Like, why is that? I personally disagree with it. It's like, I hate that you had to struggle. I don't want nobody to have to struggle. However, it's like, well, you struggled and you are here to tell the story and you're here to show and prove that you got through it. Why would you want me to go through what you went through?
I would say it would be more like you don't want your child to, you don't want your child to go through what you went through, but you want them to learn from whatever mistakes or things that you had to do to overcome that struggle.
So that maybe it's the wrong choice of words.
That's what I'm thinking.
So maybe it's just the lack of communication or I think it's the wrong choice of words.
I don't think it should be struggling.
Yeah, it might be, I want you to learn what I learned, or I don't want you to go through what I went through.
Right.
Life skills.
Yeah, like certain life skills. Mm-hmm. I feel like the word struggle is hard.
It is.
It's harsh.
That means, to me, struggle means like you hurt.
Yeah.
And me working the way that I worked, it wasn't a hurt thing because I love my job. I mean, everybody is different. But all the jobs that I had at Bell Atlantic, New Jersey Bell, all the Bells, Verizon, they were all great jobs as I moved up. So therefore, maybe that's why I was a workaholic too, because not only did I love what I was doing, I also didn't have to worry about her. So I wouldn't say it was, struggle's not a good word.
Yeah, I think
It was
it's
like just taking care of business.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain. I just feel like I don't struggle. It's like you want somebody to, if you went through, you know how they say hurt people hurt people?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like in that type of tone.
No, I don't like that.
That's why.
Because that's not what it is. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I feel like changing the narrative on that. Like, if you struggle, you want your child to struggle. Like,
No.
Like, take a moment and think about that. Like, you want somebody to struggle because you struggle, or is it you want, if you see them going down a path where it may remind you of what you went through, you don't want them to go down that path, so you might want to redirect them or help guide them down another path. So you might want to help them. I can understand that. However, struggle is just like a harsh word for
I don't
me.
like, we're not going to use that word. Like, but we're going to use it, life lessons.
Life lessons is good.
It's good, right?
Yeah. Now teaching
That's
teaching.
good. That's good.
Teaching moments or teaching them, a new way, or telling them like straight up, like, hey, listen, I had to go through this. Because you hear those stories like back in the day, like, man, I'm like, well, we had to walk to school, we had to do this, that, and third, we had to walk through 5 inches of snow, 5 feet of snow, and
nowadays off.
Yeah, you spoiled and you
Spoiled.
but I feel like it make us feel bad because you had to go through it. Like, so because you had to go through it, you want to make me feel bad because I didn't have to go through it. I don't think
Right,
that's
she
fair.
drove to school every day.
I didn't start walking to school until like I was almost out of high school. Like I was driven.
And then he's like, what's that?
Yeah.
You're not going to pick me up?
So it's like, but am I supposed to feel bad for that? It's
No.
like you make the person feel bad for not having to go through struggle.
What you went through.
Yeah.
No.
And
I don't think so.
and I think parents do that with some of their kids.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair.
It's not. It's not. I don't think you should have to. And I don't think it should be that way. No. Especially nowadays. And then that's funny too, because that's like life lessons. You'd be like, when you little, your child would be by the stove, and you'd be like, don't you touch that stove, it's hot. And then you'd be like, okay, you want to touch it? Go ahead, let me let you touch it to see how it feels when you get burned. That's a life lesson.
It is. Versus, let me explain to you why I don't want you to touch
I
the
don't want you to
stove.
get a scar and have to put butter on your
It's gonna hurt.
finger or something
Or
like
just
that.
tell it it's gonna hurt. And if you touch it, it's gonna hurt. And this is why explaining to your child, that was like when you talk about the gentle parenting versus the old school where you would have just got popped.
She had to tell me what the heck is gentle parenting. Gentle what?
Yeah.
Look at this face. Gentle what?
I just feel like struggling. I don't think we are using the right words. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, I just don't think you should want your child to struggle because you struggle. You should want everybody was like, oh,
We all want the best for your child, your children. That's automatic. I think most of us want the best for our children, right?
I don't think so.
Well, for us, we always did it.
Yeah. But sometimes it don't come off. It may not come off like that.
And that's where it comes from, the relationship you have with your child or your children. You don't want your child or your children to fail.
But then I also want to look at it too from the mindset of that parent, whoever has said that, what's their mindset like? They may not be open or know any better, or may not have known that they're just doing their best, so they don't know any better.
And it could be also from how they were parented.
Yeah,
That's that generational.
Yeah, they don't know that. Well, my child might. You know what? My child don't have to struggle because I did. So let's change that. But when do we decide to say, you know what? We're gonna change this now?
We're gonna start now.
Yeah,
I think so.
that's interesting. It was another question I had too with that. Where do you think is? Well, I think you just said watching a little bit of struggle to see how they recover or how they go through situations, but is it building character? Could that be a part of building character?
Mm-hmm.
And could it be pride for the parent?
I can't speak for me. Not for me.
Or survival?
Survival, maybe. Because you want your child to be able to survive out here in this world. So therefore, you will teach them what you went through in order for them to understand, so they won't have to go through that. But things have changed so much since our generations, my parents' generation, heck, my grandparents. I mean, I had grandparents, great grandparents for the longest in our family. Our family line was different, because even as me growing up, they said, "You still got a grandmother, you still got grandparents, both sides." And I said, "Yeah, we were like the odd family." Because we had all of that. So watching how they went through what they went through from each generation, yeah, it's different. And then nowadays, it's totally different, because it's rough out here.
Do you catch yourself unintentionally like projecting your struggle onto me? Do you feel like you ever did that?
No.
I feel like some parents do that.
I have no reason to. Like I said, that's our communication, and how I was brought up, because my parents didn't do that. And so I wouldn't know how. Anything else?
Yeah, it was a question. Do you feel like children are being raised to heal or to hustle harder?
Say that again?
Are children being raised to heal or to hustle harder? I think it's a mixture.
Yeah, a combination. Yeah. Nowadays, kids are so, how can I put it? I'm retired now, but hearing some of my friends that have businesses, how they talk about how the kids nowadays, they don't have that mentality to be on time for work. I mean, when I was starting in the company, you had to be on time for work. You can get fired for being on time for work. They don't seem to have any type of care, about being on time. And that bothers me. It's like, you apply for this job. We didn't ask for you to come here. So therefore, you should come to work and be wanting to work and not just get paid. Okay? Because some kids out here, they be like, they just don't care about being on time. I say, I'm old school. You had to be on time. And not 5 minutes before you got there, 15, 20 minutes. You don't just come to work and then go get your coffee when you're on the clock. You don't supposed to do that. You're supposed to have your coffee or whatever, your tea, and have that prior to coming to your desk or whatever. These kids these days, they be like, eh.
Who taught you that?
I guess I'm watching my father, because mommy was a housewife. So I guess I watch, daddy.
And your job.
And yeah.
So I wonder where that started to slack off at, because I noticed that too. Or it's just the ways of the world and entitlement. I feel like.
Yeah, it's different out here. I'm glad I'm retired now.
I feel like it's the mindset too of the I'm a boss mindset for some as well, because people don't want to struggle. So then that starts going into that I'm my own boss, so I ain't got to struggle. It goes into all that too as well. I feel like that's where that comes to that.
I think if you're your own boss, you have to struggle more.
Yeah. Well, people don't realize that too.
You got to make it happen, because now you have employees.
Yeah.
Plus not only that, you want to make your business grow.
Right.
So you really putting it on.
Well, I think to the entitlement part too, and social media made it look easy for people. That's the thing. The world makes it look, on the outside, it looks really easy, but behind the scenes, it's a whole other ballgame. But yeah, I think entitlement probably, because I'm from that age group too, where being on time, being punctual, respectful, all of that is still a part. It's instilled in me, and then that comes from my upbringing as well. So I don't know. That's a good question to think about. Like, where do you guys feel like that in your generation? Like, is it entitlement, or are you that on-time person? Like, do you come to work on time? Do you have that parent that may have said, you got to struggle because I struggled? Do you feel like, I want to teach my child, so they don't have to struggle, or find the resources and all that type of stuff, because it's so many different ways to go about that one word, like struggle.
Struggle.
Yeah, because it's like I've heard it so many times, but nobody like elaborated on it. Everybody just left it as is. I mean, we have amongst each other friends and stuff like that, but nobody talked about it. They just left it as is, and it's like that challenge just to go out into the world, and then that's just, yeah, we just like you said, we all were just thrown out to the wolves, and that's it. But then as soon as you make a mistake, it's like everybody on you, oh, why you do this and why you do that? I ain't know. Like, how you yell at me, but then I ain't know. So like, make it make sense. So that's the stuff that we try to figure out. As you know, as kids and young adults and adults and stuff, that's another thing. Like, y'all threw us to the wolves, but then we mess up, you fussing at us. So it's like, how does that work? Like, how does that work?
That's it for me.
Seeking a good mentor. If you don't have anybody, look for good people in your corner. Pray to God for your people, because He will bring them to you. Getting a good mentor, getting good people in your corner to help you, guide you, and lead you down the right path. It is not easy. Life will be lifing. However, you just have to learn how to push through. And you have to learn how to be open-minded. Mm-hmm. If you're not open-minded, you might
to receive it.
Right. You gotta hang it up if that's the case. And you have to learn how to try. I know one of my people, they always say, test, try, and tweak. Like, test it out, try it out, do your research. And you have to be willing to, you're going to fall, get some bruises, but get back up. And that's just what it is. And it's okay to ask questions. And if it may not always be what you want to hear, however, just as long as, you ask the question and you take notes and you just, keep on going. But I just feel like it's okay to
fall and get back up.
That's it. And also the word struggle is different ways to break that word down. Mm-hmm. However, I don't agree with your child should struggle because you struggle. It should be, we're going to reword that today. For us, it's not your child should struggle because you struggle. You're going to teach your child how to be better because you struggle. Or if you had to struggle, you're going to teach your child life lessons and help your child be better than you were because of your struggle. And we hate that you had to struggle. However, we're going to find a solution now so that your child don't have to struggle, basically. Right. And it starts with you. So that's basically what that is. So
I agree.
My question is, do you agree with your child should struggle? Put it in the comments how you feel, what you think. Let us know. And then we'll check with you guys later. Until next time, like, comment. Well, why you guys tell the people?
I'm so excited. Tell the people. Let me tell the people. Like, comment, subscribe, and just love on us. And share. Share with everybody. Everybody.
Until next time.
Bye.